first we got to get down to the nitty-gritty. Whenever you're dealing with any aspect of aggression, in this case it's dog-dog, aggression, reactivity, whether they're lunging, snapping, growling, barking, or getting into fights or whatever, we have to really quickly, objectively assess, is it dangerous, yes or no? And this is where the fight-bite ratio is very, very useful. We have to go through the dog's fight history. How many fights has the dog had? And this is actually difficult to do with people because they say, oh, he fights all the time. It's like people with reactive dogs are pretty emotional, pretty stressed, understandably so. They don't want their dog to fight. It's upsetting to see their dog get picked on or to see their dog pick on other dogs. It's difficult for them to come up with numbers. So the way I take the history now, the fight history, I say, write down your dog's first fight. What was the opponent in terms of age and breed or size? What was the second fight? What was the third fight? Everybody remembers those. Then I say, what was the last fight he had? What was the second to last? The third to last? And about how many more fights did he have in between? And usually then they'll say, oh, I don't know, half a dozen. So that's 12 fights in total. Well, right away, I'm thinking good prognosis. Because it is the whole point of establishing the fight-bite ratio and analyzing it is making a prognosis in terms of, can we resolve this problem really quickly, which is the answer in a good 90–95% of cases, or do we have a serious problem? But luckily, this is very, very rare. When you look at the bite-fight ratios, it's usually 12 fights, but none of the other dogs went to the vet clinic. So that's the question I ask for every fight. How much damage was done? Did the opponent go to the vet clinic? So with 12 fights, and you've seen the fury of a fight, like this, and after that, 25 seconds later, neither dog is harmed. I mean, you just simply have to believe in this bite inhibition thing. I mean, there's your research in front of your eyes. You just did it. If that dog wanted to harm, it would be so quick, and it could be so brutal. But they don't. So we need to look at the bite-fight ratio. And what we want is lots and lots of fights, never any damage done. And that's a good 90% of the dogs. Now, this is fact. This is what we know. However, what we're dealing with now is what people think. And I'm sorry, the emotion just blocks looking at this rational truth, fact. Your dog has not harmed another dog, and so we cannot classify him as dangerous. The point is, though, have they ever caused harm? Have they ever mutilated? And the answer here is no. I would say these dogs aren't dangerous. I'm quite willing to let them off leash together and work with this and solve the problem today. Because this dog is hurting. He is stressed. He's having a miserable life. He's stressed up to his gills, and we've got to do something about it and do something about it quickly. And so I say, okay, I've proven to myself, to my satisfaction, the dog's not dangerous. I'm going to get on with it. Now.